question is the House to now adjourn and give the call to the member for Spence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The population of the township of Virginia in my electorate has grown significantly in recent years. Yet none of these residents receive mail delivery, unlike other areas of Virginia's size. And this exponential growth means that the Virginia Post Office, having provided PO boxes to a much smaller population through decades prior, has far exceeded its capacity. Hundreds of new residents can't receive their mail in their own town. So it only makes sense that for at least half a decade, people in the Virginia community have called for Australia Post to implement the household delivery of mail. Which brings me to Australia Post policy to deliver on that expectation. A yes-no community-wide mail delivery poll in order to confirm there is genuine active support for this notion. It is important to note that in a survey conducted by my office, which saw 130 Virginia residents respond, found that 95% of respondents would vote yes in such a poll. So you would think that a proper vote on the matter through Australia Post itself would clearly reflect community sentiment. But there's a catch, and it's in the rules of the Australia Post polling system. To quote their policy, if you fail to submit a response by the poll closing date and time, your vote is counted as a no vote. This rule alone has managed to sidestep community expectations for accessible delivery services and has completely derailed the opportunity for Virginia to match its increase in population. And I'll demonstrate why. Out of 853 ballots to eligible houses, the 2024 mail delivery poll in Virginia showed an overall result of 412 voters saying yes to implementing mail delivery, with 441 saying no, a 48-52 split in the negative, with Australia Post deciding not to implement mail delivery. But out of that overall number of ballots delivered to households, only 446 were returned. For the returned ballots, just 33 of them disagreed with implementing mail delivery, compared to 412 returned, indicating a yes vote. That is 92% of returned ballots in favour of a mail delivery. The other 407 ballots counted as no votes by Australia Post weren't sent in. Only 8% of the no vote actually indicated the resident didn't want mail delivery. And while I acknowledge that a small portion of Virginia residents I've spoken to said they didn't return their ballot as a more convenient way of voting no in the poll, many others informed me that their ballots were either weren't received or lost, that they simply didn't know a poll was being conducted. These people were then counted as a no vote when they didn't actually express that sentiment. Many in this group have said they wanted to vote yes. So not only does the voting process heavily favour no results, it assumes what communities want, instead of actually listening to them. And because of it, Australia Post have made a huge decision in Virginia, completely falling short of community expectation from ballots with nothing on them. It is a certainty that this no-return policy didn't exist. If the poll didn't have these unbelievable flaws, Virginia would have mail delivery, which is what Virginia wants. Imagine if a Commonwealth referendum automatically counted everyone who didn't vote as a yes or a no. The unimaginable system is the equivalent of an Australia Post mail delivery poll. And on a national level, people would think that's a joke and change it. So why not on a local one? Because this is a farcical result from an absolutely broken system, and Australia Post are choosing to stick with it, because despite being told to change it for over a decade by the Commonwealth Ombudsman, by members of parliament like myself and by local communities across the country, Australia Post have chosen not to care. They think they know better, all the way up in the high rises of Melbourne, than their customers in the rapidly growing communities of Australia. And Australia Post's failure to listen has devastated mail services to the community of Virginia. They need to get their heads out of the sand and review how they implement mail delivery so that it reflects what communities need. So Australia Post, get on your bikes. I know you have plenty, and deliver a system that actually works. Deliver a mail delivery poll that does what people want, and deliver for our communities. The people of Virginia are sick of asking.
It being 5 p.m, the House stands adjourned until 10 a.m. next Monday.